Hello, hello. It is your Gen X gamer, Linda Lee, and I'm here to do my complete playthrough of Fallout New Vegas. Yes, there is already a lot of content out there on it. There's a lot of guidebooks and tutorials, but I just wanted to share my own playthrough. I got introduced to the Fallout series beginning of this year, and I fell in love with everything about Fallout. So much I had to buy the complete bundle package from 1 to 4, 76, all the DLCs. And yeah, so I just wanted to share my playthrough on that. Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorites. It's a little different from the other Fallouts, maybe because Obsidian had something to do with it. But yeah, and I'm going to be playing on PC. I'm going to be using a controller, and I'm going to be breaking it up in small segments. Like I'm probably going to be doing 30 minutes to an hour of series on this. To do the whole complete playthrough is going to just take too much time. This is going to be a long ride. And yeah, and there's so many different endings. So we're going to try the different endings out on that too, but we'll see what happens. But with that being said, let's game on.
You saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue moon, you knew just
War. War never changes. When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally. Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
All right, so because it's the whole DLC package, everything's gonna be loading, I believe. Does it load now? I guess so.
You're awake. How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
All right, we're gonna go ahead and put in my name. Oh, not with an S.
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Goodsprings. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do?
All right, so we're gonna do our character creation here. So I'm gonna pretty much make her as much of myself as I can. So let's see. I am Asian, and oh, we get the different presets here. Yep, that's pretty much it there. Check them all out. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go with the one that has somewhat of a ponytail. That's pretty similar. I'm not gonna do too much of the customizing. Just that's gonna take too long, but it's pretty much the same. So that's as similar as we're gonna get it. Let's see. I am pretty middle-aged, so I'm gonna go with that. My hairstyle, I'm gonna keep hair color. I am gonna change a little more to what my color is, like a salt and pepper, but more on the dark side. Do I really want to go salty? You know what? Let's go with the steel. Why not? As the old ladies. Okay, this will be my character.
I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet. Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room? Over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race.
Alright, so we're gonna go on over to...
Ooh, looking good so far.
Oh yeah, ain't I?
Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you got back all your faculties.
Okay, based on this, the special. If anybody knows Fallout, we have the specials that we have to work on, our perks. So let's go ahead and get that set. So it looks like, let's see, we got 5 points to go. Let me see on this. Let's see, we got strength, perception. Everything starts off in the mid-range of 5, and we can make it go up and down how we like. So it goes all the way down to luck. And if I wanted to see everything at the end here, I could do that there. But let's see, let's go ahead and... So this is based in New Vegas. It seems like it has a very country theme to it. So I think I'm going to base mine more on luck than anything. I think I'm going to do that. It seems like that would be the way to go, but I'm not 100% sure. let's see. I think I have my little notes here on the side that I want to go with. All right. So my big thing right now is going to be with charisma. So that's one going to have the most in it. So with the strength though, I do want to have a little bit of strength. Let's see. I'm going to keep it 3 with Doughy Baby. So this affects your melee, unarmed, inventory rate, damage, weapon effectiveness. So let me see. I might change that. Let me check out the others. Perception, I'm just going to make that unsuspecting trout of 4. Bring that down a little bit. That affects your explosives, lockpick, energy weapons, accuracy, compass range. I may want to bring that up some, but we'll start off with the 4. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go on back. Yeah, we're going to keep it like that. Endurance, I really don't need too much endurance. This affects your unarmed, health, resistance, and survival. We're going to go ahead and start that with the number 2, Crumbly, because there's a reason to the madness here. So let's go to Charisma. Charisma is where I want to put all my chips into. This has a lot to do with barter, speech, my companion nerve. So speech is going to be a big thing in here. So I do want to start off with a lot of charisma right now. So I am going to bring that up to a 10. My intelligence, that affects your science, repair, medicine, and your skill points. So I do want to start off with a little higher with that one. So I am going to do Smarty Pants. Let's see, my agility, I'm not too concerned about. That affects your gun, sneak, speed, action point regeneration. So we'll start with a 4 agility on that. And then luck is another one that goes with charisma. I do want this to be a 10 two-headed coin flip. This affects your all skills, critical hits, enemy mishaps. So I am going to go with that. So looking at everything, 3 for strength, 4 perception, 2 endurance, 10 charisma, 7 intelligence, 4 agility, and 10 for luck. And we are going to keep that.
With luck like yours, I'm surprised them bullets didn't just turn right around and climb back into the gun. Well, we know your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorn are dropping. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions?
All right.
See if your dogs are still barking.
Which way's your couch, my guy? Okay. Let's see. Let's sit on this couch. Ooh, I'm kind of naked there, ain't I?
All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog.
Cat.
House.
Shelter.
Night.
Day. Oh, wait a minute. Night. Campfire. Dream.
Bandit.
Crush 'em.
Light.
Dark.
Mother.
Caretaker.
Okay. Now, I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature.
Conflict. Yeah, it's not in my nature, but I sure don't mind breaking it. I could strongly agree. I don't like conflict.
I ain't given to relying on others for support.
No, I'm a team player. No opinion.
I'm always fixin' to be the center of attention.
Nah, I don't care for that. No opinion.
I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
No, I'm pretty... Nope, no opinion.
I charge in to deal with my problems head on.
I sure do. Strongly agree.
Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see.
You know, this part really doesn't do anything. You could pretty much say what you want to say. I'm going to say a broken chain.
Okay. How about this one?
I don't want to say what it looks. Okay, I see a priceless work of art.
Last one.
2 people giving high fives. Okay, a light in the darkness. A bearded man. Yeah, I can see a bearded man right there too.
Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you.
See, no matter what we would have picked, it doesn't matter. Alright, so with this being said, which way do I want to go? I definitely want to have speech more than anything. I don't care for unarmed because I'm going to be using energy weapons. And then with everything else, I do kind of want to keep, let's see, I think I'm going to go with, I'm debating on these two here. I do kind of want to have my barter skills up there too, though, but I guess I'm going to go with repair. So I'm going to go with the space cowgirl type theme here. I am going to be a cowgirl, but I do like the energy weapons. So I'm going to say keep the energy weapon skill. I want to be able to repair. The repair skill allows you to maintain any weapons and apparel. In addition, repair allows you to create items and guns, ammunition at reloading benches. And my speech, it's going to go hand in hand with the charisma and luck perk that I have. The speech skill governs how much you can influence someone through dialogue and gain access to information they might otherwise not want to share. We're definitely going to want to keep those. So I'm going to go ahead and say done with that.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Yeah, let's hope not. All right, and this is where we could pick two traits on here. This has its pros and cons. You're going to get a pro with something and then a con with it as well. And so I don't want to start off with any kind of pros and cons to start with right now. None of this is really going to benefit me because like your melee and unarmored attacks do more damage but less critical hit damage. Just like claustrophobia, you have a fear of enclosed spaces probably because of the mutants that live there. You gain +1 special attributes when outside but suffer -1 when indoors, so we don't really want to do that. Just like the fast shot, yeah, everything's got its pros and cons to it. So but I do like this very last one. Seeing I don't want to suffer any kind of percentage for experience gain from now on. So we're not going to go with any of that. Well, actually, you know what? Hold on, let me check this one out. You're good nature at heart, more prone to solving problems with your mind. Then violence, you gain 5, but then you lose 5 in the energy weapon. See, we don't want to do any of that. I'm going to go ahead with this last one right down here, Wild Wasteland. Wild Wasteland unleashes the most bizarre and silly elements of the post-apocalyptic America, not for the faint of heart or the serious of temperament. So we are definitely going to go with that one. That one has no pros and cons. It's very neutral. Everything else has its pros and cons to it. So yeah, we're just going to go with Wild Wasteland. And you do not have to pick a second trait, but it's completely up to you if you want to. It's all based on your own gameplay. So let's go ahead with that. And we're going to say done.
All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
All right, Doc. Wait a minute. Am I gonna go out without any clothes on? You know, is this how we are doing things?
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to me now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on, too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. It was my wife's. I think she was about your size, and she hardly wore it after we left the vault. Felt it was too brazen.
Thanks for patching me up, Doc.
Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
Alright, hardcore mode. Fallout New Vegas allows you to play in a new hardcore mode that greatly increases increases the challenge of the game. In this mode, Stimpaks heal over time and cannot mend broken limbs. Radaway removes radiation over time. Ammunition has weight, and dehydration is a constant concern. This mode is only recommended for advanced players. You may turn hardcore mode on or off at any time in the gameplay menu, but if you activate hardcore mode now and maintain it through the end of the main storyline, you will receive a special reward. Would you like to activate hardcore mode? And I'm going to say no. It is recommended. Just for the simplicity of the gameplay, we're just going to say no. All right, let's check out our Pip-Boy real quick. So we are all good, fixed up. We could see our special there if we like. Our skills it shows as well, our perks that we had. And let's see, let's go to items. All weapons fall under a weapon skill category that determines how effective the weapon is. Guns, energy weapons, explosives, melee weapons, or unarmed. Compare the small icon below to the left of the weapons. Compare the small icon below to the left of the weapons icon to the icon shown on the Pip-Boy skill menu. Damage and damage per second. These indicate the base damage and damage per second respectively. Weapons with a low damage have difficulty penetrating armor. If you hit a target's damage threshold, switch to a weapon with a higher damage or use ammo that reduces the target's damage threshold. For example, armor piercing. All right, strength and skill. Many weapons have a strength and or skill requirement. If your character does not meet the strength or skill requirement for the weapon, its aim will wobble. If a firearm, or it will attack more slowly if a hand-to-hand weapon. Condition. A weapon's condition affects the amount of damage it is done. At 75% condition or higher, the weapon does maximum damage and only needs to be maintained. A weapon with low condition will do less damage and may jam when reloaded. Ooh, we don't want that. Repair and mod. These options take you to the repair and mod submenus where you can repair damaged equipment or attach weapon modifications respectfully. All right. So it's just showing what weapons we have on hand. Like we got some binoculars here, a broad machete, our laser pistol. We got a grenade rifle, mercenary's grenade rifle, a sturdy caravan shotgun, throwing spear, and a weathered 10mm pistol. All right, let me make sure my clothes is on. Oh, apparel. Apparel can consist of many different types of gear ranging from clothing and armor to sunglasses and hats. DT, damage threshold. Some apparel grants damage threshold to the wearer. Your damage threshold is the sum of all damage threshold for currently equipped apparel plus any bonuses from perks or chems. Damage threshold is directly subtracted from incoming damage, so a higher DT provides superior protection, though a small percentage of damage can get through even the thickest armor. A high damage threshold is quite valuable. Condition, okay, we already know what condition is going to do. Apparel's condition affects how much protection it provides. Apparel above 50% condition provides maximum protection and only needs to be maintained. Light, medium, heavy. Medium and heavy apparel will slow characters down when equipped. Repair. This option opens the repair submenu, which allows apparel to be repaired by salvaging parts from similar items. All right, and I just wanted to make sure I have a Vault 21 jumpsuit on right now. Weight is 1, value 6, condition. There's no damage there for that one. Melee weapon +2, speech +2. The armor gives me a little bit more DT and it weighs a little bit more. I'm also carrying it, so doesn't that go to my carry weight anyways? But it doesn't give me any benefit in the melee weapon or the speech. So, tribal. Why do I even have a tribal rating armor on me? Lightweight metal armor, lightweight leather armor. I am going to put this has the higher DT on it. It does weigh more than everything, probably because it has metal on it. Oop, which way did I go? So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on. Maybe I should keep my jumpsuit on though, because it does help with the speech right now. Am I going to be doing any fighting right off the beginning? Well, just going to keep my metal armor on. It shows some aid that I have, some stim packs, super stim pack, weapon repair kit, the doctor's bag, bleak venom. Why do I even have that on me? So my Vault 13 canteen, you want to keep that on you. That's going to automatically refresh your hydration. It's going to automatically keep you drinking. So we got 6 bobby pins to start with, and we've got some ammunition for our weapon. Ammunition used by almost all guns and energy weapons, but is sometimes used by other weapon types. Basic ammo types have no special effects, but ammo subtypes may increase damage, reduce an enemy's damage threshold, or even decrease a weapon spread. Effects are listed on the ammo submenu when the ammo is highlighted. Most weapons can use any ammo subtype that starts with the same name as the base ammo. Common ammo subtypes include armor piercing, ignores a large portion of the enemy's damage threshold, does slightly more damage. Hollow point does much more damage but is easily blocked by armor. Overcharge, used by energy weapons, increases damage but degrades the weapon more quickly. Slug, used by shotguns. Slugs replace buckshot with a single large bullet that is more accurate. To switch ammo types, equip them on this menu. Outside of the Pip-Boy, press 2 to cycle through ammo subtypes for your currently equipped weapon. So with that, I have nothing equipped right now, so I'm not too worried about it, but I do have something for each of my weapons, so that's pretty good. All right, so we are dressed. Let's go ahead and go into, can I go into third person view here? Hold on. Is it, oops. I know it's one of these buttons. Is it not? Can I not go into third person mode here? You could keep your first person mode on, but let me go ahead so that way we can see our character. Let's see how I do this again. Let's see, I believe, see if I was doing it on the keypad. I think it's going to be, there we go. Yep, okay, that switches back and forth. So if you were on a keyboard, you could press F to toggle between the first and third person view. But because I am using a controller on my PC, it was the top left button, so the LT button. All right, open door to Goodsprings. Let's go ahead and get on out here. You have discovered Goodsprings. Okay, it is going to keep loading the DLCs. It even has more, and it's even giving me caps for loading them. All right. Honest Hearts is loaded. Your level cap has been raised by 5. Map marker on my map. Quest added, the reunion, and this is Victor. He is the robot that said that brought me out. Oh, things are still loading.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle?
Why, thank you. Thanks for digging me out of that grave.
Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need.
How did you happen to find me?
I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were, so I hauled you off to the dock right quick.
How do you know those men were... wait a minute. Nope. Do you know who those men were who attacked me?
Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you out with that.
How did you end up in Goodsprings?
I moseyed into town, 10, 15 years ago. Before that, I can't quite seem to recall. Odd. Anyway, it's a right peaceful town, and I reckon it's as fine a place to settle as any.
I've never seen a robot like you before.
I'm a Securitron. Robco Security Model 2060B. If you ever see any of my brothers, tell them Victor says howdy.
Goodbye.
Happy trails!
Oh, that's an odd robot living in town here. All right, this is Goodsprings. So he did say let's go to Sunny Smiles. She should be here at the Prospector Saloon. Oh, still loading those DLCs. So all these DLCs are loading into the Pip-Boy, and see, we got our quest here. We could go These are all the DLC quests, but we're just going to stick with the main storyline for right now. So it is back in the saddle. So we're going to talk to Sunny Smiles in the Prospector Saloon. They went that way. Just inquire about your delivery assignment with the administrator of the Mojave Express in Prime. Find the men who try to kill you. So right now we are doing back in the saddle. Here's our Prospector Saloon. And who are you, guy? Easy Pete.
Howdy. What can Easy Pete do for you?
Do you know anything about the people who attacked me?
The one in the fancy suit seemed to be calling the shots. That's as much as I know. Other folks in town might know more. Word of advice, though. If you ever catch up with him, watch out. The man's got cold eyes like a snake. Can't be trusted, I'd say.
Why are you called Easy Pete?
Was a prospector until I decided to settle here to get away from the NCR. Now, we'll just take it easy and help out with the Brahmin and Bighorners.
You were a prospector, like digging for gold and silver?
Nah. Means I poke through old buildings looking for working tech and such. Some folks just call it salvaging, but never liked the term. Way I see it, salvage means it's broken, near worthless. Me, I look for the good stuff. Guns, chems, spare parts. Good money in it.
Did you ever find anything good while prospecting?
Nope. Had a pretty good claim once, way out east by the river, but got run off by raiders. Eventually got too old to keep going out.
What's wrong with the NCR?
Don't get me wrong. The NCR's got a lot of decent folk in it. It's just that they make you part of them whether you like it or not. Towns like Goodsprings and Prim don't stay independent for long. Not if you've got something the NCR wants. Still, the NCR keeps the Legion away.
So the Mojave Express is in Prim, so that's something close by from the way he's making it sound. Good Springs and Prim. Tell me about the Legion.
They're slavers, led by a guy named Caesar, or Caesar. Not sure how you're supposed to say it. A couple of years ago, they tried to take over Hoover Dam, but the NCR beat them back. The NCR didn't or couldn't finish the job, though. The Legion's got its strength back and is getting ready for another round at the dam. My money's still on the NCR winning, but you never know. We've been hearing stories about legionaries on the Nevada side of the river, so keep a gun handy. You don't want to get caught by them.
What's so important about Hoover Dam?
The dam powers a lot of New Vegas, and then there's all that clean water lying in Lake Mead, too. Anybody who owns the dam owns the territory.
What do you use the Bighorners for?
Meat and hide, mostly. Can't put a pack on them. They just lay down until you take it off. Can find a bunch of wild ones high up in the hills, but gotta be careful around them. They can put up a decent fight if cornered.
If cornered, so let's not corner one of those. Do you know anything about Victor?
The machine? Harmless, no matter what Trudy says. She thinks it's hiding something, but I think it's just a broken down relic with no place to be.
Goodbye.
Keep your gun handy if you go poking around some of the abandoned places around here, like the schoolhouse. Critters move in there sometimes.
All right. He said the schoolhouse has got some critters, so gave us a little information about the area. And we could actually check out how do I see my map? Hold on, that wasn't it. Ooh, I don't want to use my vaults on him. Welcome to the Vault Tech Assisted Targeting System, or VATS. VATS displays the chance you will hit along with the condition of each body part. So it gives me my control settings there. The number of attacks you make is limited by your action points. I don't want to hit you. Why is my VATS doing that? Let's get out of that mode. I don't want to be attacking. Where is the menu? Hold on. Like, not menu, but the map. Isn't there like a map view? That's jump. That was my map is here. So right now the only thing, Good Springs Cemetery is where they dug me out from. Down here is the canyon wreckage. We don't care for that right now. So we don't really have much on our map right now. Local map. All right, so we are going to go in here. Why is she on guard? Whoa.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry. She won't bite unless I tell her to.
Doc Mitchell said you could teach me to survive in the desert.
Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you. Meet me outside, behind the saloon.
All right, everybody know what happened to me? All right, meet Sunny Smiles behind the Prospector Saloon. Let's go walk at her pace. Hey, we got the same hairdo, just different colors. The flashing arrow on your compass shows the location of your objective. There's my compass there to the left with my HP above that, and to the right is my action point. Let's see. There's Cheyenne. There she goes.
Now,
Oh,
see
I
the
got me a
sarsaparilla
gun.
bottles on the fence there?
Varmint rifle with
Take
some
this and
added
try to hit a couple
ammunition.
of 'em.
All right, so now here we are going to practice our shooting. Let's see, can I use bats on that? Nope, will not be able to use bats on that. Let's get our aim.
That's the right idea. Look
Hey,
down
I
the
got
sight.
2 and 1. That second one had failed. Ooh, controller's
Try
not that
crouching down
great.
and staying still.
Oh,
It'll
crouch.
help your aim.
Hey. It doesn't help aim that
Nice shot.
much.
Well, that's a start. But I don't reckon you came to me to learn to fight sarsaparilla bottles. Tell you what, I gotta go chase geckos away from our water supply anyway. Darn critters are attracted to it. Why don't you come along?
Okay, I'm in.
Follow me. It's just down to the southeast a short ways.
All right, let's follow Sunny Smiles to fight some geckos. I'm following you, girl. Wow, there's no sprint in this game. That is for sure. This is different from Fallout 76. It goes a lot faster. You can sprint. It uses more action point, but you've got a chance to do it. Here, I don't see it. And I get stuck behind logs and stuff here. Oh, look. That works too. I was going to say, you can pretty much run through things here. Skip to Malu, my darling. Hey, jumping does not use any action points. I could jump as much as I want. Yeah, that's different. Oh, what was that
Hear
noise?
that up on the ridge behind me there? We got some geckos to clear out. Bunch of little monsters is what they are. Seems like Doc Mitchell treats more gecko bites than anything else. Let's see if we can get a little closer. If we move quietly, we can get the jump on them. More likely to hit something vital that way.
Okay. So what? Oh, we crouch? We're crouching. All right, let's crouch, sneak. I see one. Oops, she's in my way. This is where
Okay,
probably
you're
first
on.
person view is going to
Go give 'em
be
hell.
better. Let's change my view here.
Oh, that's it.
What do you?
Come on!
You did all the shooting, girl. Did I do anything? See, if you crouch so too, it says danger. So there's still one around here somewhere. Where the hell is it at, though? Where does she... Oh,
Come on!
there it is. There it is. Did I hit that or did she hit that? Who hit what? You're
See?
fast.
You're getting the hang of it.
Did I do
There's
that?
2 more wells that still need clearing. You want, you can come along. It'd be worth a few caps to me.
Sure. I'll come along with you. I need the caps.
Shouldn't take more than a couple minutes, especially with 2 of us. Come with me.
All right, she gave me some more ammo too for that.
Come
Oh,
on!
there's 3 of them. Oh, this is where I want to use bats. No? Yeah. All right, I got a better percent chance hitting the head. 87% chance. So we're going to hit. Oh, I got low AP. But I got it in the eye. Oh, she got it. Dang, dog, you got some. What you got on the side of you? You got some bullets or something hanging on the side of your head. Where'd she run off to? Wait for me, girl. Wait a minute. The compass is showing me. She's gonna get everything before I even get there. Look how fast I'm running. I feel like she sprinted off. There she goes.
Come on.
What are we going after over here? The VATS does not have a very good percent chance right now, so let me get closer. Oh, I don't want to shoot her. How do we switch to that one? There we go. I want to go for the head. Nope, go back here. Go for the headshot. Let's do our VATS. Out of the way, girl! What are you doing here?
Holy moly. If you hadn't come here like you done, I'd be a goner for sure. I came up here to draw water, but here, you should have what I got. You look thirsty.
Nice! Reputation. You have established a reputation with a group of people in the wasteland. Whether that reputation is good or bad, you're finally somebody, and people associated with that group will start to react to what you've done. There are many different factions in the wasteland, and you can develop a distinct reputation with each one. As you perform actions that benefit a group, you will gain fame. If you perform actions that harm a group, you will gain infamy. Your reputation with any given group is a measure of the combined total of fame and infamy that you have earned. The benefits and drawbacks of any given reputation depend on the group itself. You may receive discounts with merchants, provoke attacks from hired thugs, or simply be treated differently. Though you initially start out with a neutral reputation with any given faction, your fame and infamy will eventually push your reputation in different directions. You can see all of your current reputations under the general section of your Pip-Boy. So good reputation. Let's see. Smiling troublemaker, some good and a little bad. Good natured rascal, good, a little bad. Accepted, some good, like, definitely good. Idolized, most good. Mixed reputation. Reputations is soft-hearted devil, more bad than good. Dark hero, more good than bad. Mixed, some good, some bad. Unpredictable, good and bad. Wild child, most good, most bad. Bad reputation, sneering punk, some bad and a little good. Merciful thug, bad and a little good. Shunned, some bad. Hated, definitely bad. Vilified, most bad. All right, so we've already got accepted by the Good Springs folks. Folks have come to accept you for your helpful nature. Nice. Let's go back talk to Sunny here.
Now that was some good work. Even got a little exciting there at the end. Here's a little spending money for the trouble. One more thing I wanted to show you. Thought I might teach you about living off the land and making useful things for yourself. Interested?
Couldn't hurt.
All right then. We'll need a couple ingredients to get started. Gonna want some xander root and a brock flower. Let me think now. I know I've seen brock flowers growing up at the graveyard, and I seem to remember there being xander root over by the schoolhouse. Bring those on back to me, and we'll get cooking.
All right, we did finish Back in the Saddle, and now we have our new quest. Let's see. Buy a campfire on the trail. Okay, so we're going to complete that. She did mention the schoolyard. I remember Easy Pete saying the critters at the schoolyard. So, guess we're going to have to take our handy gun with us. So, our compass is marked with 2 different locations to where we need to go find the products that we need for this campfire cooking that she mentioned. So let's see. I'm going to mosey on along as fast as I can. Cheyenne, are you stuck in the rock there? Are you alive? Yeah, Cheyenne's alive, but she's stuck in that wall. A little glitch there with the graphics. Alright, we're moving along as fast as we can. Now let's see. I could go this direction for the cemetery. And I guess this direction is for the schoolyard. Let's go ahead and go to the schoolyard and see what we're going to get there. I believe the schoolyard was where she said I'm going to get the, was it the brock flower or the xander root? One of those, right? All right, and you could do a lot of looting as well. You could get items. Now, you do have a carry weight, so you got to be careful of that. Ooh, Sunset Saparilla. We want to keep as much of that as possible. The Tales of Chivalry. It gives us +10 in melee weapon, which we're not using a melee weapon, but it doesn't hurt to have that. I might be able to sell that. The Wonder Glue, weight's only 1, value's 10. I'm going to take stuff right now. I have 180 max weight. Right now my weight's at 104. Some things I can sell to the vendor when I get to them. So I'm going to hold on to things that I do get right now. That is Victor's home shack. That one's empty. And this way's to the schoolyard. Yep, there's already 2 critters out here. You see the red marks on the compass there. So it's letting me know that there is some pests here. Let's go ahead and one-shot this one if we can. Torso's 89%. We're going to go ahead and shoot that. Kill that one. There is a second one, so let's go ahead and use our VATS on that one as well. It's itty-bitty, so Torso's 92%. Wait a minute. I got a higher percent. Oh, where am I going with that? Got a higher percent chance with what, the left arm? And yeah, let's just go ahead and for the torso. Usually that's a good kill, so we're just going to go ahead and use one action point and one shotter. Got it down. All right, see these things right down here? Those are Xander roots. So we just need 1 Xander root. I'm picking one of those, and now following the compass to the next location. She did say in the cemetery was going to be the Brock flower. Then that's all we need before we make our way back to her. Where that water tower is at, that's the direction we're going in. The cemetery, I believe, is right there with the water tower. I mean, can we go any faster? That's going to be the one thing you're going to hear me say a lot of. One thing with this, it is a very slow motion. I am used to sprinting when I want to sprint. I'm just going to take these things too because I could always sell it. Hopefully I don't get over encumbered before I sell off any of these things. There is a scorpion on the hill there, so we are going to probably have to fight that scorpion, kill that scorpion when it notices us. I wonder if I could get a... Oh, it notices me first. I'm going to wait till it gets a little closer so I have a better VATS chance on that. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and go for the tail. Oops, I keep using the wrong control there. So let's go for the tail, 95% with the stinger. I could use 2 shots with the action points I have. 1 shot and it's out. I could search the bark and I really don't want anything on there, so I'm not taking it, leaving it there. Continue on my way. Oops, I saw red, but then it went away. Odd. Was something running up at me and then it disappeared? Alright, we've got some things up here because of the red on the compass. Oh, we've got these flying, whatever they are. Bloat fly. The percent chance is pretty low on that, so I'm getting a little closer so I have a better percent chance. So head is 95% chance. I'm just going to do a 1 shot. Got it. Let's go ahead and shoot. Ooh, it shot something at me. Yeah, that's the one I want. Head, 95% chance. Let's go ahead and shoot it. 1 shot. Down. I'm going to get rid of these flying these bloat flies first before I continue on looking for my Brock flower. Let's see. Let's kill this last one. These are pretty easy. Alright, this is the graveyard. I assume this is the grave where they were going to bury me into that Victor found me. If you remember in the very beginning credits, which was also awesome. It was a very good intro. And it shows New Vegas way over there and shows the lay of the land a little bit. But they were all standing here, and this is where they dumped me into. So that was my open grave there. Now, here in Good Springs, now, as we proceed, there is something here that instead of coming back for it, let's go ahead and grab it now. You see this snow globe? Take the snow globe for Good Springs. It has 0 weight, so it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect us. So we could go ahead and pick that up, and we'll see what that's going to do. You found a limited edition Mojave landmark snow globe. These rare pre-war artifacts are widely considered to be useful baubles, but rumor has it some collectors will pay dearly for them. So we're going to take that. And pretty much every major city or area we go to is going to have that snow globe. All right, so let's see. This is not, I don't want to open no graves, do I? Where is this Brock flower? Hold on. If I remember correctly, right here, there it is. Sticking up right here by the tree. Let's go ahead and grab that Brock flower. Got it. So we've completed that. Bring the Brock flower and Xander root to Sunny at the campfire. Our compass is telling us which way to go, so we're going to head back into the direction of Sunny Smiles. We're going to skip through the town and run right through the land. I guess the campfire is not far off from where we did the quest to kill off those geckos. I hear things. And we are just moseying along. Even if I push down on my, it makes me squat. So there's no running. But this is running. And this is walking. That's running. This is walking. I mean, I guess you don't want to run too fast in the desert and get all hot and heated. Yeah, where's this campfire at? Sunny, where you got me going? Yep, we're going right back to the area that we were in a sense. And you could really get the lay of the land. Look at that. I see things. Anything in here useful? Nothing useful here. Alright, we need to go this way. Oh, Sunny, you have me going all around. Oh, here's some of the dead geckos. Ooh, what is this over here? Let me see if there's anything in here. Open briefcase. A Braxo cleaner. I'm just going to take that because I could sell that. Alright, we are coming up on Sunny again. There she is. With Cheyenne right next to her.
Let me see what you got. Yeah, these'll do just fine. Just fine. All right now. We're gonna be making something folks on the trail call healing powder. Go on over to that campfire now. Give it a try.
Alright. I'm gonna go on to this campfire. Activate campfire. So she says she wants us to make this healing powder, and also shows us what ingredients we need, and we have those ingredients. So we're just gonna go ahead and accept that. We're just gonna make one.
Hey, that's not bad, see? All it takes to make a recipe is the right ingredients and the right know-how. Sometimes it won't be a campfire you need. Might need to do some work on your guns and ammo, maybe. Important thing to get is it's all the same idea. You just need to find the right place to set up shop. Workbench or reloading bench, whatever. Well, I hope that's enough to get you started. I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good on the jukebox. Cheyenne would never forgive me. Hey, do me a favor. Trudy, she's the bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She likes to meet newcomers. She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head in and say hi.
Alright, so she's pretty much telling me to go meet her back at the Prospector Saloon. But before we do that, we have learned the basics, but there is a little side quest here in this area before we go back into Good Springs. Right here, you see that gentleman there walking. I wouldn't say gentleman though, and you'll see why. But let's go ahead and talk to him real quick. Oh, let me see. Is there anything in here? I like briefcases. Oh, this one's empty. It even says so. Nothing here. All right, let's go back. Let's talk to this guy here.
Hello?
Martin
Can you
Thorne.
help me?
What's wrong?
My girl is trapped by geckos on the ridge, and I can't get to her. Please, she's going to die.
Where is she?
Go up the path, past the broken radio tower, and go to the right. They're at the top of the trail.
I'll see what I can do.
You will? Thank you for helping me. Please hurry.
All right, so before we go, see that broken radio tower there? That's the direction we want to go in now. This isn't the best weapon, so let me go to the weapons. This was mainly for the geckos and shooting little varmints. See, the DPS is 11, damage is 7. I am going to, I don't want to use any of my laser pistols right now. I don't have enough E cells or the energy cells for that. I am going to use this withered 10mm pistol. Damage is higher, DPS is 44. So yes, we're going to go with this withered 10mm pistol for right now. That varmint rifle was just pretty much a tutorial weapon. You are going to come across more along the way, but we're not going to use those. Eventually, I am going to be using a lot of my energy weapons. So, but for the meantime, we'll stick with the 10mm. All right, so because I am getting out of the Good Springs area, if I was to venture off, this comes up. This is your last chance to edit your name, rebuild your character, anything you want to fix, you could do it here. But I am happy with what I have. So before you venture deeper into the wasteland, you may revise your character. I am going to say finish, travel onward. All right, we are up at the broken tower now. It's showing us which direction we got to go. It shows a red as well, so we are going to be coming up on a gecko here. I want to get close enough where I'm not wasting any bullets. It is a young gecko. The head's 95% chance, so we're just going to go ahead for it. It took 2 shots to get this one. Ooh, there's 2 more over here. There's 1 over here. One is, oh, are they both coming at me? They're both, oh my god, they're all coming at me. Did I just set myself up? I put myself in a very bad position. Let's go ahead and shoot it in the head. Hopefully it's just a, oh no, better percent chance if I, let's see, the head 87 for the torso. So we are going to go for the torso. Ooh! I gotta reload. I actually want to go for this one that's closer to me, right for the head. My VATS isn't coming up on it though. Yeah, because it's lunging in the air. So this one here, let's see, torso 95. The head is, ooh, let's go back. I want to go for the head, I think. Yeah, let's go for the head. I get 2 chances with the AP I have. I got it with 1 shot. Can I get this one now? Without using my VATS. Now, did I kill all 3 of them? Did one of them just take off on me? Why is she crouching? Alright, we're going to continue onward. Now, those things are pretty easy to kill, but you don't want to get mass mobbed by them. If they all come at you at one time, you can't. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of them right there. Let him get close enough. Let me get a headshot. Let me get a headshot. We're going to go for the torso on this one. It took 3 shots for that one. Alright, they run back after you go a certain amount of ways, so let me get my AP to build back up. Let me get this one. Oh no, I want this one that's close to me. Let's go for that headshot. Let's step back a little bit, get our AP to come back. Come on, come on, come on. A little closer. We're gonna go for that headshot. Can I get another headshot? It got me. It's okay. It is A-okay. Oh, we got the level up. So with this one, my number one thing I'm going to level up first is speech. I'm going to get that all the way up to 100 before I do anything else. So that's, I'm going to put it all into speech. But you could do it however you want, depending on your gameplay. There's no right or wrong way to do anything, but this is just my preference. Now, there is somebody, I have been following other people's guidebooks and tutorials, and putting it all together, I found out this was the better gameplay for me. So that's why I'm going to do that. So I put it all into speech for now. We're going to continue with that. And with this one, let's see, there's a perk that we can choose. Now, Black Widow in combat, you do plus 10 damage against male opponents. Outside of combat, you'll sometimes have access to unique dialogue options when dealing with the opposite sex. Don't need to really use that right now. This one is going to be 10% damage against female opponents. I think this, nope, what I want to do, I don't use really any skill magazine books, but the Swift Learner, this is the one. With each rank in the Swift Learner perk, you gain an additional 10% to total experience points whenever experience points are earned. We're going to put it all into that right now. So we're going to pick that perk of the Swift Learner because we do want to get all the experience points to level up a little quicker there. So we could level up our specials and skills and things of that sort. So we're going to go ahead and accept that. Let me go on mosey on forward here. Now, things look like they've been dead here. This does not look recent. This looks like it's been here. Watch out for this bear trap. You want to go ahead and, I want to disarm the bear trap. Okay, disarm that one. There's another one up here, which that gecko already got smashed into it. Let's open this footlocker. There's a mercenary cruiser outfit. I am going to take that so I could sell that. Oh, you see up in the upper left, that noise? That has to do with the Wild West. Now, something is missing here. There is supposed to be a body here of a guy, and you see these, there's 5 aces. So it's Johnny 5 aces, but Johnny is not here. Oh, he got thrown down there. I wonder when that happened. That's odd. All right. That is in reference to something that I don't know. I'm sorry. If we want to Google that real quick, we could do Johnny 5 aces. Let's see. Johnny 5 aces is a reference to the unfinished game Zyborn Clock, which was brainstormed by users of Something Awful forum. Yeah, so I really don't know much about that, but it's in reference to something there. So ammunition box, we're going to take all the ammunition. I don't need any, it's not no value, it doesn't weigh anything, so I'm not going to take any of the cases there. Now if you wanted to build some ammo, you could. So let's go ahead and make our way back down. So Barton Thorne set us up, and here he comes.
Sorry I tricked you, but thanks for clearing out the geckos. Now I can get to that stash up there, after I deal with you.
Yeah, he's trying to kill us. So I'm just going to go for the head, as many shots as I could get. Three shots. Shoot him in the head, blew his head off. Shame on you, Barton. Why did you do that? Let's go ahead and take everything he's got. I'm taking everything, so I'm going to sell it to the general merchant. Now we are going to go back into town to Sunny Smiles. That was a little side quest right there in the beginning. It's your choice if you want to do it or not. Doesn't hurt to get the extra caps. Ooh, wait a minute. I'm going the wrong way because this is all mountainy. I don't think I could. Oh, wait, I can. Now, you do get fall damage in this game as well, too, so you don't want to fall from tall heights. Moseying our way right back into Good Springs. There's Cheyenne. What is she doing? Just hanging out over here? Why is she not with Sunny? Oh, there's Sunny. She didn't get that far ahead of me, did she? Alright, but we are making our way back to the Prospector Saloon, so we'll go in the same direction as Sunny is.
Howdy.
Howdy. That is pretty much it with the basics. So we learned the basics, and now we're moving on along with the game. Oh, Prospector Saloon's this way. Those are the Big Horners. As you can see why they're called the Big Horners. Before we go into the Prospector Saloon, let's check out Good Springs General Store. You see how that's in red, the open crate? We're not going to open that because that's considered stealing. We are going to be a good girl in this game, so we don't want to do anything that's in red. I'm not going to be stealing unless, you know, just depends. But see, everything here in the store red, we could take it if we want, but it does give you a bad reputation if you get caught, and we don't want that. So, no stealing. Let's go ahead and talk to good old Chet.
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for.
Show me what you have for sale.
Can do.
Alright, so to the right is everything that he has, and to the left is everything I have. Now, he has 753 caps. I only have 73. So even if I sell him things, he is maxed out only to 753. So I don't want to oversell anything where I'm going to be losing money for anything I'm going to be selling him. So I moved on over to the left. I could go through my different like weapons, apparel, aid, whatever I want to sell to him. So first, let's go ahead and check out our miscellaneous. I do want to sell this Abraxo cleaner. Don't need it right now. I've got empty cases, but they weigh me nothing. They're no value. I'll just go ahead and hold on to that. The duct tape does weigh 1 each and values 5 each, so that's the 15 caps. I'm going to go ahead and sell that as well. Or 15, that was 3. He was letting me know it was 3. Iron is only 2. Why am I... Something's not right here. Hold on. Take this stuff back. Hold on. I'm pushing the wrong button here. No, I am not. Okay, so we're starting off with 0. So 3 caps there. Okay, there we go. 3, so another 3. That would be 6 caps. Iron, just 1 cap. Turpentine would be 6, so we're up to 13. I am not selling my canteen. We are going to go ahead and sell this Wonder Glue. So I thought it was the amount that I have, and that's just the cost. So nothing in miscellaneous. Aid. So this Bleak Venom, I am going to go ahead and sell that. I don't know why I even have that. It minuses 15 XP for 10 seconds. I'm not going to be using that at all, so I am going to get that out of my inventory. Doctor's Bag, I am keeping that because it restores all body parts. Healing Powder, we did make some of that. I want that. It just gives 1 HP, 18 seconds. It does lose 1 point in perception, but we'll go ahead and hold on to that. Purified Water, we are going to hold on to that. The Stim Packs, definitely going to hold on to that. And if you notice, the Purified Water does weigh 3 in weight. Stim Packs don't weigh you nothing, so that's okay. The Sunset Saparillo, we're going to hold on to that for right now. Later on in the game, we are going to start using that, and I'll tell you why when that time comes. But you want to grab all the Sunset Saparillos you can. Don't worry about the empty bottles. You need the actual full bottles. Weights 1 each. Super Stim Pack doesn't weigh anything. Tales of Chivalry. It does give you a +10 in melee weapons, but I will not be using any melee weapons whatsoever in this gameplay, so I am going to go ahead and sell that. I do want to keep my weapon repair kit. Let's see, now let's go to apparel. This is where we need to loosen up some of the things that we have here. So the ball cap with glasses, I don't want that. I am sticking with the metal armor, so I could get rid of this lightweight leather. The armor 13 jumpsuit shoe is less. Let's see, I definitely don't want any of these outfits. Travel rating armor, don't want that either, way low. Vault, so I am going to keep the jumpsuits. There's a reason why I'm keeping the plain jumpsuits. Now, the armored one is pretty good as well, but I don't need any of the armored ones because I am going to keep, I need to lower my weight down, so I'm going to get rid of everything except for what I'm actually using, which is the lightweight metal armor. And I am going to keep that Vault 31 jumpsuit. Whenever I get a trunk later in the game, I'll save that and I'll show you why. It's just me collecting all the Vault jumpsuits. Alright, and then that's it for the apparel. So let's check our weapons. I do want to keep the 10mm pistol. I think I'm using the weathered one right now. Weathered one's 44 and 14 damage. The regular one is lower in damage, so nope, don't want to keep that one. 10mm is even worse than my weathered one. I'm not going to use any melee weapons, so I am going to get rid of that. I'm holding on to my laser pistol. Never know when I'm going to use that. Mercenaries grenade rifle. I'm going to hold that. It's got some good DPS and damage on that for me starting off with, so I'm going to keep that. Also with the sturdy caravan shotgun, I'm holding on to that for now. Throwing spears, I don't throw any spears, so I'm going to get rid of all 10 of them. Tire iron, don't need that. Varmint rifle, definitely don't want that. So I'm back to kind of how I started. So right now I'm at, he could give me 586 caps from a 753, so I'm doing all right. Let's see, let's just check through our items real quick. I'm keeping all the ammo. They don't weigh me nothing, so it doesn't hurt to hold on to them. Energy cell, definitely going to hold on to that. So this is just a list of everything all put together. So we're in a good spot. So I'm going to go ahead and say accept, take his 586 caps. And he's left at 167. I am now up to 659.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about the surplus ammo, and he talks about his weapon mods and special ammo, you could go ahead and go through that. But I'm going to ask him, do you know anything about the people who attacked me?
The leader was a New Vegas type. Typical city boy. He had a bunch of Great Khans with him, probably hired guns. The Great Khans normally stay in their own territory way up northwest, on account of them being enemies with the NCR.
Alright, that was some info. Have you ever been to New Vegas?
Twice. Both times I drank a lot of liquor and lost most of my caps at the card tables. In that order, now that I think about it. If you ever get to New Vegas, be sure to visit Gomorrah. It's the best casino in the city. You won't regret it. Word of advice, behave. Between the NCR military police and Mr. House's robots, you don't want to be causing trouble on the strip.
Alright, thank you for the info. I'd like to know more about Mr. House.
I'm afraid I don't know much myself. Mr. House has got his own casino, Lucky 38, but nobody goes in or out except his robots. The other casinos follow Mr. House's rules, so I guess that makes him the leader of New Vegas. As far as I know, nobody's ever laid eyes on the guy. I think that robot who pulled you out of the dirt belongs to Mr. House. If Mr. House is looking after you, it's got to be a good thing, right?
Ah. Anything else you can tell me about Great Khans?
They're tough sons of bitches. Mean, but not crazy. They'll leave you alone unless you got something they want. The Great Khans deal in illegal chems. There's a good chance that most chems you come across were made by Great Khans.
Alright, we're getting a little info of the storyline here. Goodbye.
Take it easy now.
Alright, we got what we want out of here. Learned a little bit more about the different factions. Let's go ahead and put our weapon away. The one thing I did not do was talk to Sunny. She has some more dialogue too, so let me talk to her really quick.
Sticking around Good Springs for a while longer?
I need to get to Prim. Can you suggest a route?
Sure can.
And you
Take
do
the
want to
road
go
southeast
through
out of
dialogue
town
with some
till it hits
people.
the freeway. Prim is the town with a roller coaster straight south. Can't miss it. NCR patrols do a good job of keeping the highway clear, but I'd keep your gun where you can reach it easily. You never know who you'll run into. Off the road, you'll probably start running into hostile wildlife. My advice would be to stick to the highway when you can.
So if you notice up on the left when I first started talking to her about Prim, there's different dialogues with different people you can speak with that opens up map markers. So you want to do a lot of talking as well, follow along with some of the dialogue. If I want to gain more caps, you would give me more work. What do you do around here? Let's talk about the areas around Good Springs.
Sure. What do you want to know?
What other towns are nearby?
Southeast of here is Prim. Can't miss it. Since it has the giant old roller coaster right in the middle of town. The NCR's got an outpost there. If you follow the road north, you'll eventually hit Sloan and Quarry Junction. They mine rocks or something, but I heard they got troubles lately. I wouldn't head that direction if I were you, though. Got critters up there that don't take kindly to getting shot.
NCR. We already know about the NCR, the New California Republic. What kind of creatures are out there?
Around here, mostly coyotes and geckos. The coyotes are pretty dangerous in large packs, but otherwise they're nothing to really worry about. The geckos aren't too tough, but they've got a nasty bite. I've heard about bigger, nastier versions out in the wasteland, but I've never seen them. Stick to the roads when you can, and steer clear of the hills north of Good Springs. The critters up there are big and poisonous.
So a lot about sticking to the roads. You don't want to venture off of the roads. That's all I want to know. Let's talk about something else.
If you want to know anything else, just ask.
All right, and goodbye.
Until next time.
I mean, you can open up more of the dialogue if you want to know more about the lore of the game.
Nice.
Ooh, what's going on
If you
here?
don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not going to buy something, get out.
What the hell is your problem?
What? Joe Cobb? He ain't gotta be such a meanie. Oh, here is Trudy. Let's talk to
Well,
Trudy.
you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon.
I overheard your argument. What was that all about?
Looks like our little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this traitor, Ringo, comes into town. Survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after him. Needs a place to hide. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie low. We didn't actually expect anyone to come after him.
Where is Ringo now?
He's holed up at the abandoned gas station up the hill.
Why not just kill Cobb and be done with it?
You mean murder him? That's not our way, even if Cobb is scum. He can bluster and threaten all he wants.
What are you going to do?
Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably stand up for Ringo if he asks for help, which he hasn't. Personally, I hope he sneaks out of town one night and takes the powder gangers with him.
Powder gangers?
Chain gangs, really. The NCR brought them in from California to work on the rail lines. Problem is, it turns out that giving convicts a bunch of dynamite and blasting powder isn't the best idea. It was a big escape not too long ago. Some of them stuck together so they could make trouble. That's what we're dealing with now.
Never mind. I want to talk about something else.
All right.
We could ask her if she is also a vendor. We could see what she has for sale. We could also ask her some questions about helping Ringo. Who was that man you were arguing with? I'm trying to track down the people who attacked me. Know anything about them?
Not much, other than they're a bunch of freeloaders who expected a few rounds on the house. I was able to get them to pay up, though. Of course, one of the great cons did knock my radio to the floor by accident, and it hasn't been working since.
Did my attackers say where they were going?
They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the checkered coat kept shushing them. Sounded like they came in from the north through Quarry Junction. If that's the case, I can't say I blame them for not wanting to go back.
Why? We already know about Quarry Junction, so go on.
That whole area is overrun with the kind of critters that just get mad if you shoot them. Merchants avoid that whole stretch of I-15 like it's radioactive, which it could be for all I know.
So where were they headed?
I didn't hear exactly, but the leader was talking about the strip. Fellow wants to get there and avoid the 15, he'd have to go east. Take Highway 93 up.
All right, she did let us know a little bit about the people who try to kill me. Want me to take a look at your broken radio?
Sure, the outside looks okay, but I think something broke on the inside. There'd be caps in it for you. I do like to hear what's going on in the world. And that Mr. New Vegas seems like such a gentleman.
All right, and let's see. Do you know about the robot that rescued me?
I know that thing. as much as anyone else around here. It mostly keeps to itself, which is just fine by me.
All right, so never mind. Let's talk about something else.
Fine by me.
And we're just going to go ahead and end that here. Hold on. Anything interesting going on the rest of the wasteland? Let me just see if this opens
There's
up any
always something
dialogue.
interesting going on. But the biggest news has to be the
Or any
coming
map
dust-up
spots.
between the NCR and the Legion over the dam.
All right. Nope. So goodbye.
Be careful out there.
All right. So we are actually going to end it here. Let's go ahead and fix Trudy's radio real quick first. So activate radio. It looks like it's working. So repair the radio. So we do have some repair that we can do that. You fixed the Prospector Saloon's radio. Let's go ahead and talk
Feeling
to Trudy
thirsty?
again.
I can take care of that.
And let's let her know I fixed your radio.
Yeah, I heard it turn right back on after you got done tinkering with it. Here's some caps for the work.
Now this is where our barter skill comes up. So we got plus 20 barter what we can do. So this helps a little bit. So that's it. Are you implying that I've done shoddy work?
Not at all. I'm never sure how much is normally charged for this sort of thing. Here's some additional caps. That should be enough. Now, how about spending some of those caps in the saloon?
All right, she gave us 25 more on top of the 50 that we have. So goodbye.
Be careful out there.
All right, so before we go find Ringo and go on with the storyline here, that's going to open up a new quest, which we could go ahead and look in our handy Pip-Boy. And yep, offer to help Ringo deal with the Powder Gangers. And that will be in the next episode. We are going to go ahead and end it here. I thank you guys so much for joining in and hope to see you on the next one. Goodbye.